My next guest takes on Thomas Gifford coming up here at UFC Fort Lauderdale, aka UFC on ESPN3 on April 27th. It is Roosevelt Roberts joining me here on the program for the very first time. Roosevelt, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man. Now, today is Tuesday. What does a typical Tuesday look like for you? We're kind of like just getting the week going.
Well, just training in the morning at Carlson Gracie. Come home, relax with my kids, and then go and do it at night at Adrenaline.
Okay, that's good. So you get a nice mix in the day, which is great. How excited were you to get on this card? I know you were born in Miami, so I imagine you're going to get a lot of support for this one.
Yeah, man, I was excited once I heard about it. it was like I told my manager, let's jump on it. We asked for it, and yeah, he gave it to us. So it was actually pretty good.
And before we talk about the fight, let's talk about your last fight, Darrel Horcher. You went out there, quick work, get the submission win at the TUF 28 finale. Could that fight have gone any better? You don't get paid by the hour.
Yeah, man. I always want to get in there and get out. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't take as little damage as you can. Just make it quick. But yeah, that fight was good. I thought it was gonna be a little harder. But I was trying to take my time. Pick it up as the rounds go on, because I actually thought it was gonna be a 3-round fight. But the fact that I ended it then was like even better. So,
yeah. And did you have any UFC jitters? I know you fought on Contender Series, so you were under the bright lights before, but it didn't seem like it in there. It seemed like you were pretty relaxed.
No, yeah, I was nervous for sure. The whole time I was nervous. I was just pacing back and forth in the locker room. I was just going through it. But like it always, whenever I step in the cage, all the emotions go away. And then I just know what I have to do. So.
Have you been able to kind of take in everything you've accomplished so far? I know you're still new in the UFC, but I mean, you fought for Bellator, fought on Contender Series. You're in your second fight in the UFC. Like, have you been able to actually enjoy all this? Because I know it's happened. A lot of it's happened quite fast.
Yeah. I sit back and I think about it. You know what I'm trying to say? I think about it a lot. Just the fact, where I came from and where I'm at now. So yeah, it feels good to be here and doing this and be signed by the biggest promotion in MMA. So. Yeah, I definitely had time to think about it. Everything feels good.
You brought up your rough upbringing. For those who don't know, how did you get involved in combat sports?
Well, I moved out to California, and I just want to learn how to, officially protect myself, because I always was fighting before, but never like I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just fighting. So once I started training, my coach was just like, "Hey, you want to fight?" And I was like, "Yeah." And ever since then, I just kept it going.
When did you know that you wanted to do this as a career? Because it's one thing to do this as like a hobby, as an outlet, but to actually think you're like, hey, I could actually do this for a living.
I say it was my first fight. After my first fight, because I lost my first amateur fight. And after that, I was like, yeah, I'm doing this. I was like, I love this. I'm finna keep it going. And then, yeah, we're here now.
Now, are you a full-time fighter, or do you have another job on the side that helps pay the bills?
No, full-time fighter.
Good for you, man. I know some fighters like to do the job on the side, but this way you don't really have any regrets, right? Because you're all in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm all in this. This is what I dedicate my life to. This and my kids, So
that's great. So you're taking on another newcomer in Thomas Gifford. Did you know anything about him when they presented him as an opponent?
No, I didn't know nothing about him. Yeah, his name popped up, and so that's who we fighting.
Okay. Is that something you leave that up to your coaches as far as the game plan and all that, or do you like to go watch tape and scout your opponents?
No, I leave that up to my coaches. I don't like to think about my opponents until it's time to go to the fight. So I leave that up to my coaches. They come and tell me what they think I should work on, what I should do, and then the whole training camp I do that.
Yeah, you're just on autopilot. And I think too, that way you can focus more on your skill set, not so much like, oh, I got to do this in the fight. Like you can be like, I'm gonna focus on my tools, right? It kind of takes the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's good. You talked a little bit about training camp there. Who are some of your main training partners for this fight?
Well, I got a lot. I'm over there. I train over there at CSW a couple times a week. With Curtis Milner and Jacob Rosales. And Ben Jones, the head coach over there. And really just same people I got, Jalen Turner over there at Carlson's with me. My coach, Thomas Cronin, Sean Ruiz. Yeah, just everybody, same group of people just doing my thing, My head striking coach, Adam Rothweiler. Yeah, so yeah, same group of guys.
Yeah, I got to give a quick shout out to Jalen because he's actually the one who helped hook up this interview. Can you? I
Yeah.
can't believe he makes lightweight. Like I met him in person, and he's way bigger than I am, and I'm definitely
Yeah,
not 155.
yeah, that's a fat boy for sure.
Yeah, no, he's a really good guy. And actually, Curtis Millender, I'm interviewing literally like 15 minutes after this. So good
Yeah,
timing.
sure.
The one thing I hear about CSA is that there's a lot of fighters that come through there, so you get a lot of different looks. Have you noticed that over the last year and a bit, where you're just getting a variety of training partners?
Well, yeah, well, it's really just the same group, of people. I try to keep my circle small, try to just keep the guys that, I got a good connection with, and try to just keep it from there, because that's who brought me here now. So,
Okay. So as far
yeah.
as your training, you just keep the same group, but like I'm sure if you're in the gym, you're like, hey, who's that? Like someone new comes in or something.
Oh,
It,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
we do
that's
that.
kind of what I meant too. But yeah,
Oh, yeah,
no,
yeah. When stuff like that, yeah, it's always good to, like, when people come in to go with somebody you haven't went with. You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Because like go with the same partner so many times, it's like you already know what they're gonna do now. You know what I'm trying to say? This is a new guy, so it's like, yeah, now we could get some work.
Both those guys you mentioned, and Jalen and Curtis, have fights coming up as well. Does that help during training camp? You guys can kind of sync together and train as you guys all have fights coming up.
Well, with Kurt, yeah, with Jalen it's more, yeah, but like with Curtis, I only go over there a couple times. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I
Mhm.
just started going over there. So they got their own little thing going on with their training camp. But with Jalen, yeah, definitely, because we both get ready for a fight, so we both get to push each other, both at our peak at the same time. So yeah, definitely.
How's the weight cut going?
Yeah, weight cut's going good. Same old, same old. This is the toughest part because I like to eat, so
Okay.
this is definitely the toughest part.
So what is on the cheat meal list after the fight? Because I'm sure if it's tough for you, I'm sure there's certain food that you love to eat that you can't have.
Yeah. After I eat whatever my heart desires. You know what I'm trying to
Right.
say?
Yeah. So no
Whatever.
specialties. You just like anything, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it would be just like chicken wings, hot wings, like
Okay.
that's it. But other than that, everything else, like if it's in front of me, I'm gonna eat it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like as
Right.
long
So
as
you just
it
have to
tastes
avoid restaurants and stuff. Like if you're going out with the family, you're like, I got to skip this one.
good. Yeah, definitely because yeah, I'm not gonna be able to hold myself back. So
Right. Okay. Self control. We're all guilty of it. I
yeah.
totally get it. Don't worry about it. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Well, right now I only know it's going to definitely be Adam Rothweiler and Thomas Cronin right now. I'm still thinking about the third person, so we're gonna figure out, but just those two for sure.
Finishes seem to be your things. Seem to be your thing. Thomas Gifford, very tough guy to finish. How do you see this fight playing out?
Man, I just think I don't know, man, because like our style is so much the same. So I just think it's gonna be a good fight. It could go 3 rounds. I think somebody's gonna get finished. I'm definitely gonna go out there for a finish. That's I always do that. So yeah, so I think it's gonna be a finish or it's gonna be a 3-round war.
And would you like to get in there a little bit sooner after this fight, assuming you come out healthy? Like, did you like this amount of time off between the last fight and this one, or would you like to fight sooner?
Well, yeah, I actually like taking this time off because I didn't have my kids for a while, so I actually had the time to actually just hang out with my kids and be with my kids. But after this fight, definitely want to jump back into it again. Definitely want to fight probably in like the beginning of June. So
Okay. Are you looking at that Chicago card? I mean, and there's also International Fight Week, after that in Vegas too. So I'm sure
yeah,
something on the. I would assume something, coming up here, like you were saying.
yeah, that definitely. I'm looking at one of those two because I'm trying to get right back into it. I took a big break, after my tough finale fight. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to get back in there on one of them cards.
What about Downtime? Your Family Guy. We just talked about that. Are you getting in any video games or Netflix or anything like that? What does Downtime look like? I know you don't get much of it.
Just hanging out with my kids, taking them places. Like just doing stuff. Like I'm not really somebody that can be in the house. I hate being in the house. It drives me crazy. So I'm always on the move, always trying to be outside.
Okay.
But yeah,
Are you going to go to Florida a little bit early? Maybe see some old friends and stuff, or I guess is it all business during fight week?
all business, all
Yeah.
business. I got somebody that's tough. Going to come in there and try to take my head off, make a name for himself, and I can't let him try to stop what I got going on. So it's all business once I get down there.
And are you going right back home after that, or do you plan to stay a little bit longer?
No, I'm gonna stay a little bit, see the family, see some friends, but only for like a day or two. Head
Okay.
back home.
That's good. And how long's that flight for you?
The flight is only like 5 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Easy. I can sleep that.
Yeah. Just yeah, just try and sleep if you can. Get one of those airplane pillows. Get the noise canceling headphones. You'll be in business, right? So,
Yeah, definitely.
You got to come prepared because if you have a screaming baby, that's always tough to try and sleep on a plane. So there you go. I can't wait for this fight. It's coming up here April 27th. It is UFC on ESPN3. Roosevelt, it was great getting a chance to talk to you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
You can find me on Instagram at the Predator Roberts, Facebook at Ro Roberts. And yeah, just shout out to everybody that supports me. Shout out to my sponsors, Top Mountain Apparel, All or Nothing, Thank you to everybody that's in my corner. Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. Can't wait for this fight. It's gonna be a good one, so stay tuned.